This tutorial will show you how to complete satin stitch on both sticky stabiliser and to directly on your sweater. This is the Elora By Lenore yarn stitch sampler, and you can download your free copy at www.elorabylenore.com.au. All you need to do is print it onto some sticky paper, make sure you have a sharp needle, a blunt needle and some yarn, and you're good to go. If you don't have access to these, we sell them all on the website, plus everything you possibly need to complete your sampler at home. Using your sharp needle, you're going to come up the bottom right here, pull your needle all the way through until you feel the knot at the bottom pull, and then you're going to go directly up to the top in a straight line and down. Satin stitch is basically a bunch of straight stitches really close together, and it's really good for filling in. It's really versatile, can be used in small and large areas, and the best bit about it is it's really easy to do. Continue your straight stitches as I've shown here in the video until you've filled up the entire square. Make sure you keep the distance between each stitch as even as you can, as this creates a really nice even finish at the end. To tie off, run your needle below those stitches. Pull through and do this again, and then you can simply snip off. If you prefer to tie a knot, you can, but I find that this is enough to keep them in place. For directly onto the sweater, make sure you're using a blunt needle. If you use a sharp needle, you'll find that you pull the material off the sweater and it can actually damage it. Blunt needle is all you need for directly onto the sweater. Tie a double knot as I show here. And using a water-soluble marker, mark a shape that you can practice your satin stitch with. I'm using a simple oval, which is what I commonly use when I stitch a bee. It's actually a bit harder to get your satin stitches even when you're stitching directly onto the sweater because you don't have those straight lines like you do on the sticky stabiliser. But that's okay, I'll show you how to do it. So you're still going to do your straight stitches and try to keep them as close together as you can. You should find that one stitch goes on the peak of the material and one goes on the valley of the material, or the high bits and the low bits. There'll still be a bit of a gap in between the stitches, but I'm going to do a second layer to cover that up. The second layer is definitely not always necessary depending on your design, but for a bee I find it gives it a really nice full look. Here I am starting that second layer, so I'm just going back and I'm just going over the top of those straight stitches that I've already done. And there's your satin stitch finished. To tie off, I pull through about 5 times, which is a lot more than on the sticky stabiliser because I find that these stitches can be a little bit looser, so they just need a little bit of extra security to keep them in place. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe to Elora By Lenore's YouTube channel for more videos like this.